Hebrews chapter 11, verses 32 to 34. And what more shall I say? I do not have time to tell about Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, David, Samuel, and the prophets, who through faith conquered kingdoms, administered justice, and gained what was promised, who shut the mouths of lions, quenched the fury of the flames, and escaped the edge of the sword, whose weakness was turned to strength, and who became powerful in battle and routed foreign armies.
Well, God bless everyone for watching, and thank you, Becca, for the reading. And we see in this moment here that Jesus is excited about talking about people who have put their trust in him. We see this list of faith here in Hebrews 11, and he's already talked loads about different people that have come to him for help. And Jesus says, what more shall I say? We don't have enough time to tell you about all the people that have put their trust in Jesus Christ. And obviously we have time, but Jesus is obviously saying it's just so much more. But it's the way that he speaks it, this positivity. And what Jesus is saying is, he's so pleased when people go to him for help. He's so pleased when somebody turns from darkness to light. He's so pleased when somebody repents of their sins and turns to him. He's not grudgingly taking them on, but he's so excited, and he's so much excited about that the Lord loves to speak about it. He loves to speak about the moment that you turn to him. He loves to speak about it when the moment you turn away from all your wickedness and put your trust in Jesus Christ, and you receive that forgiveness and help. And he goes on to mention some of the things that happen. He says, when people put their trust in me, when people come to me for help, he says, they conquered kingdoms and administered justice. In other words, through Jesus you gain mighty victories and you make right decisions. How many in your life that it was because of Jesus that you managed to begin to make good decisions in your life? It was through Jesus that even though there was kingdoms against you and systems of thought and decisions that you put into practice, that you were able to conquer them and live for Jesus Christ. And then it goes on to say that through help in Jesus, through your trust in Jesus, you gained what was promised, and the mouths of lions were shut. That through Jesus you received the help that you needed. You received peace. Maybe for the first time in a long time, you received joy in your heart. You were able to experience real joy. And the devil's attacks in your life began to get shut down. Yes, the devil is still roaming like a lion, and he comes up to bite. And just as he's about to bite, what does Jesus shuts it down. And that's because you put your trust in Jesus. It goes on to say that through your trust in Jesus, you quenched the fury of the flames and escaped the edge of the sword. That through Jesus, the unstoppable was stopped. How can the unstoppable be stopped? Well, it's unstoppable in the world's eyes, that there's these attacks or difficulties that people go through, and people in the world maybe say no one can get through that. No one can escape the fury of the flames, these strong flames that can just consume anybody else. But through your trust in Jesus, you saw an even greater power at work. And you saw an intensity from Jesus that was more intense than the intensity that was attacking you. And those flames were quenched. And you escaped the edge of the sword. In other words, the sword was close to you, but the truth was Jesus was even closer. And just at the right moment, you experienced Jesus opening the door and letting you go free. And that sword landing on nothing. And through your trust in Jesus, it says, people's weakness was turned to strength, who became powerful in battle and routed foreign enemies. And we think that our weakness disqualifies us, but not with Jesus. We go into the battle in weakness, but it's in the battle. It says there that you became powerful in the battle, not before the battle. You actually followed. You were willing to follow in weakness. And then all of a sudden, you found power from Jesus Christ. And you began to win in areas that were a surprise to you. You began to win in areas of your life that you never ever thought you could win in. You began to chase enemies that you never ever thought you were able to chase. And you get through that experience and you say, there's no way I could have done that by myself. There's no way. You were in the prison, you were in the lion's den, as it were, and you found that Christ was there in that battle. You went through hardship, you went through difficulty, there was relationships that broke down, there was people that passed away, but yet you found Jesus in the battle. And what does he do in that battle? You have this weakness, you have this thing that you can't hold up to anything. You have this weakness that is unable to move forward. You have this weakness that is unable to get through it, but yet Jesus turns that weakness. And it's him that does it, and he makes it strong. So strong that where you were so lacking before, all of a sudden you're able to move forward. And one of the persons that Jesus is excited to talk about is David. And you think about David, he kills a 9-foot+ giant with a little stone. And that night, I've done a little bit of maths here because I think it helps us to just picture it. That 9-foot giant had armor from head to toe. And it says the weight of that armor was like 56 kilograms. And apparently, that's the weight of some ovens. An oven is about 56 kilograms. So you can imagine this giant, head to toe. He's wearing an oven, basically, of armor. And it's like scaled so you can't get through it. And also, he's got a spear and the head of that spear is 7 kilograms. A little bit of maths just to update us and make it into modern time thinking. That's the weight of 35 big phones. And he's got it on the spearhead, ready to throw at you. And David comes with a little stone that weighs about 100 grams. The story of David and Goliath, he comes with a little stone weighing about 100 grams, and he's got a slingshot, and he throws that right into the giant's head, and the giant is killed. And let me tell you something, David's not that good at a slingshot. What's happening is Jesus loves to help you. And you need to know that. You're not that good at getting through things. You struggle probably. If you trusted in Jesus and you're winning in the battle, you'd be surprised how much you would struggle without him. You'd be surprised that the areas that you're struggling, that you're not realizing, because Jesus is upholding you and strengthening you. And we dare not have his hand take away. And he doesn't want to take his hand away because he loves to help you. And we know there's many areas of our life we're not that good with a slingshot. And there's a giant there, an enemy there that's too strong for us. But that doesn't stop us from winning. That doesn't stop us from going forward, because Jesus loves to take your weakness where you are unable to get through, and he turns it into an ability to get through that situation and to continue to follow. So if you're feeling weak this morning, you need to know Jesus loves to help you. If you're feeling like I'm not good with the slingshot, don't worry. Jesus loves to help you. If you're feeling like I've only got a small stone and there's a giant wearing an oven with a spearhead, the weight of many phones, don't worry. Jesus Christ loves to help you. Have your weakness be turned into strength in the battle, in the middle of the battle. God bless you and take care.